Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that global trade is growing quickly. But first, the US Fed has issued its semi-annual report to Congress, and they see a quickly improving economy there, one on inflation watch, however. And Warren Buffett has also had a good year at Berkshire Hathaway in 2017. His widely read annual letter says he is on the lookout for some really big deals for his almost $160 billion in cash reserves. Yes, those cash reserves are more than 40% of New Zealand's annual GDP. And that will be added to by almost $40 billion more from the Trump tax cut. In Canada, inflation rose 1.7% on year-on-year basis in January, following a 1.9% increase in December. The January level was higher than analysts were expecting. And China has nationalised one of its largest insurance companies and placed its bosses under arrest, who have been accused of economic crimes. And data out for 2016, the latest available, shows China accounted for 17 million out of the 40 million hours of fishing observed globally in the year, compared with just over 2 million hours each for Taiwan, Spain and Italy, the next three biggest fishing economies. In Germany, that's its federal government and its country's 16 states and local bodies, posted a budget surplus of €36.6 billion in 2017. This is the fourth annual surplus in a row and came as their economy expanded by 2.2%, the largest annual growth since 2011. In a new report, the OECD is sounding the alarm about how much countries are borrowing. They say members' total sovereign debt has increased from $25 trillion in 2008 to more than $45 trillion in 2017, as politicians get to think that debt will always be cheap. But the OECD is warning that debt servicing, especially if inflation rises, will hit budgets hard. And international trade flows recovered strongly in 2017 to grow at their fastest pace since 2011. A new analysis said that the volume of exports and imports of goods was 4.5% higher than in 2016, marking a pickup from the 1.5% rate of expansion in the preceding year, which was the lowest since the global financial crisis. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield ended the week at 2.87%, a small pullback from the strong rise following the release of the US Fed minutes. The gold price is down $2 to $1,328 an ounce, and oil prices are up today by more than $1, with the US benchmark now just over $63.50 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just under $67.50 a barrel. And speaking of oil, Standard & Poor's has upgraded Russia's sovereign credit rating to investment grade, that's BBB-, from its previous junk status of BB+, which has had it for the last 3 years. And the Kiwi dollar will start softer this morning at 72.9 US cents. On the cross rates were lower at 93 Aussie cents and holding at 59.3 euro cents. That puts the TWI at 74. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.